Hello again, everyone. We are done with our poetry unit and we are moving on to the short story. Hooray! I'm sure some of you are really stoked to be leaving poetry behind, but we are not leaving behind all of our literary terms. So make sure that you are hanging on to those notes because they are going to come in handy again. I promise you that. So for this unit, you should have already purchased the Oxford Book of American Short Stories. This is going to be the main text that we're using. Unfortunately, I couldn't find all the short stories online for free, so we got to use the book. But the good news about that is we got lots of options. So the primary thing I want you guys to be thinking about with this unit is prose, right? How do we develop character? How do we develop plot and story in a short venue, such as these short stories? So as we're working through this unit, again, the notes and resources are going to be really, really important. Make sure that you're taking the time to read about plot diagramming, read about character analysis, and taking some time to think about theme in terms of short story. As always, we have discussion boards. It is more important than ever that you read the discussion board assignment before they are due, because rather than a couple short poems that you're going to be asked to read, you might have somewhere near 50 pages of reading that you'll need to complete in order to substantially deal with the discussion board posts. So check those discussion board posts, make sure you understand what you're supposed to do, and work a little bit at a time. The other thing that we have is a project for this unit. The project is going to be very detailed, and I encourage you to take some time on it. I will be assigning you a short story from this book, and you're going to do a deep dive into it. What I mean by that is you're going to be looking at everything, the characters, the plot, the theme, figurative language, all of it. And you are going to become the expert in that short story. Don't stress, it's going to be fun, but it is going to require a lot of thought. Of course, we have our quiz. If you keep on top of your readings, notes, all of that, you should be fine. Remember, they're easy. And then, of course, our big essay. Our big essay is a little bit more complicated than our last one, because remember, this is a writing course primarily. It's not a literature course. So for this essay, you're going to be asked to take 2 short stories and compare and contrast them. I want you to find an element between 2 short stories that you think is in common, and really do some analysis and critical thinking about how each short story develops this element. Now, I encourage you to keep this essay in mind as you're working through the unit, because as soon as you find 2 things that 2 short stories have in common that interest you, you should start writing. As always, I'm here to help if you need me. If you have any questions at all, if you need me to read some drafts, please don't hesitate to reach out. All right, guys, time to do some reading. Have fun.